and good afternoon, everybody. Today we are going to continue from income taxes LKS 12, and we have discussed the slides up to we have done a small example yesterday in the last class, and at final moment of the class I have explained to how to pass the journal entries. Right, there was small issue yesterday. Then I will explain that thing too today. And right, I think you all of you can see the Excel sheet, isn't it? Can you see? Is it visible to? Is it visible to you all? The Excel sheet. Can you see?
Yes, sir.
Then it was the example, right? Um, Government allowed the tax allowance at the year first year 50%, second year 50% reducing balance, and third year balance. But the company depreciate the asset at 20% per annum. Corporate tax rate, corporate tax rate was 30, and the cost of the machine of the asset 5 million. Right. From this, we did right here carrying amount. We calculated carrying amount, and based on the accounting depreciation 20%, we calculated carrying amount right at the end of the period, and this balance will go to here. Likewise, we calculate this area, and again we calculated the tax depreciation. The tax depreciation it is given as per the government instructions. Then we have found a tax base, and we calculate carrying amount as well as tax base. The differences between the carrying amount and tax base is equal temporary difference. Right, temporary difference. Each year we calculate a temporary difference, and we calculate 30% tax uh, to find out the deferred tax liability. Deferred tax liability. So 30% into 1,500, we get 450 this year, and the second year 525. Likewise, we have taken right, and we need to calculate the changes also. This is very important. This one is very important. And right, I explain you. We no need to do more working to calculate how much the tax, a deferred tax. So we can directly find the deferred tax from the temporary differences. So again, we have taken as a hypothetical example as the profit for the year is 10 million, right? And we calculated based on the we calculated profit after tax based on the accounting rule, accounting profit, as well as the tax profit, right? Tax profit, right? So to find out the accounting profit, we deducted depreciation. Here accounting depreciation, right? Accounting depreciation, and we deduct accounting depreciation from the profit, and we get profit after depreciation. And we calculated 30% depreciation. So we calculate 30% as a tax, corporate tax, and we get the tax. And profit after tax, this is accounting profit. This is accounting profit. Accounting profit. And here, then we calculate the taxable profit. Here we deduct tax depreciation, Based on that value, we calculated the current tax for the period. Current tax mean the actual
Yes,
tax.
madam.
The actual tax. This is uh, accounting tax. And here then we found the differences, right? Difference between the actual tax and the uh, accounting estimated tax, right? We have to find the differences also. Then we will learn how to pass the journal entries each year, right? Here for this, uh, yeah, this is profit before tax. Profit before tax based on the accounting treatment, and uh, we have to pay the current tax. Is it is based on the tax rule, right? Current tax. This figure will taken here, and deferred tax. We get the deferred tax here. This value deferred tax. It is similar to this one. Deferred tax and a total tax equal current tax plus deferred tax. So we can get total tax. This total tax should be equal to accounting estimated tax. Accounting estimated tax all the year, it should be equal, right? This value should be equal to this value, right? And here profit after tax 6,300. It should be equal to this value, right? So we will see how do we pass the journal entries, right? Listen very carefully. Listen it. Here, first we will pass the journal entry for this in 2003, no? In 2003. In 2003, right? First, we will pass the journal entry in 2003 for current tax, right? Current tax. We will pass journal entry from here, right? Current tax. Current tax. Current tax. Current tax in 2003, right? This account. Current tax how much? Current tax 2000. How much? Current tax 2250, right? And current tax payable or cash, payable or cash book, right? Cash account. Cash account how much? 2250. And deferred tax, deferred tax, deferred tax how much? 450, right? This one 450 equal 450, right? And deferred tax liability, deferred tax liability also equal 450, this one. Right now we see the total balance here. What are the accounts we have? Deferred tax, no? Deferred tax. It's a PL account. In PL account, right? No need PL account. We need what? A deferred tax liability account. So where we can find this liability? In 2003, how much balance will be in 2003? Debit or credit? Debit or credit? The debit side, credit side. Credit side 450, no? Here, deferred tax liability account 450. Right. We will close the account end of year 2003 equal 450, right? This is 2003. This journal entry is for 2003, right? Now we pass the journal entry for 2004. We'll pass the journal entry for 2004, right? The same thing. Here, current tax. How much current tax? Anybody? Current tax in 2004? How much? Current tax? Any answers?
2,625.
Good. 2,625. And case account also same. Case account or tax payable. And deferred tax, how much? Deferred tax 75. I will explain, right? Deferred tax liability equal 75. How we get it? Here we know that end of year 4, end of year 2004, our deferred tax balance should be equal to 525. In 2005, in 2004, this account balance should be equal to this balance, right? Temporary difference into tax rate equal 525. This one. So this it should be a closing balance, right? Then earlier we know that our balance it was 450. It should be 525 in 2004. Then how much we have to provide? How much we have to additionally charge in the liability? The difference, no? The difference between this value and this value, that is equal how much? 525 minus 450, that is equal 75, right? This account for this value will be transferred to where? A deferred tax account. Deferred tax account, it should be transferred to PL account, right? Anybody having any unclear area, gray areas, please ask me. So we already spent more than 7 hours, right? We are beyond the schedule, right? So we have to finish this chapter very quickly. If you have any doubt, please ask me. So it should be closing balance, and at end of the year 2003, and end of year 2004, it should be 525. And how much in 2005? It should be how much? 2005? Any answers? Any answers? How much it should be in 2005? 2005, how much? Any answers? In 2005, a temporary difference is 2000 and tax rate is 30%, and therefore it should be 600, isn't it? It should be 600. And how much we have to charge in deferred tax account? Deferred tax expense, how much? How much?
75.
75. How we get it? 600 minus 525. So we will charge in 2005. How? 2005. Here current tax equal, current tax equals 6,200, 2,625, and case account like that. And deferred tax, how much? Deferred tax 75. Deferred tax 75, and it should be also equal deferred tax liability also 75. Then total balance becomes 600. We'll see in 2006. In 2006, here, how much closing balance? How much closing balance will be? It should be equal to 300. It should be equal to 300. Then how much difference here? Now, right now here, the problem is that right here. In 2006, current tax how much? Current tax equal in 2006. Current tax equal 3,000, right? Current tax equal 3,000, right? Cash payable 3,000, and deferred tax how much? Deferred tax here minus 300. No, minus 300 mean what? It should be deferred tax liability account should be 300, isn't it? And deferred tax account 300 here. Then here current tax PL account 3,000 and deferred tax account credit 300. Then 3,000 minus 300 euro. 3,000 minus 300 how much? How much? 2,300. Balance, no? Become balance. The same thing, right? In 2007, in 2007, current tax equal 3,000, and the deferred tax minus 300. Minus 300 mean what? 300. Current tax liability 300, current deferred tax liability 300, and deferred tax 300. See, now end of the 2007, account balance will be 0, right? Here it should be how much? Here it should be this one. And here how much? 0. Then how much we have to provide? This here minus 3. Right? See, again, for your understanding, as a proof, I can show you, right? Based on the accounting treatment, how much total takes whole 5 years? How much total takes all for 5 years based on the accounting treatment? Accounting depreciation, all 5 years, total tax how much? 13,500. And see, based on the accounting provision, tax provision, how much total tax rate? Are there any difference here? Are there any differences? Please respond, my dear students. Are there any differences between these two values?
No.
No, but differences arises where? Here we estimated 2,700 in year 2003, but according to the tax rule, we paid 2,250. So we paid less. It means in the future we have to pay tax. In the future we have to pay additional tax. It's a liability. So we have to make some provision for that. That's why we created this account, deferred tax liability account. That's why we have created deferred tax liability account. In year 2003, here the difference is 450, right? 450. In the second year, the provision will be 75, and third year provision will be 75. But in the fourth year, we have to pay more tax. No, here in the first year, second year, third year, the accounting estimated tax is less than the accounting estimated tax is higher than the actual tax up to 3 years. But after that, the actual tax is higher than the accounting estimated tax, right? So this is actually what? These differences arises due to temporary differences, right? Understand? Clear? I have explained you a comprehensive question. Sometimes it's beyond your syllabus, right? I don't want to explain these things. It's a very basic things. For your clear understanding purpose only, I did these things. Right? This is how we lose our valuable time. Clear? Clear? No response. Any doubt? If we have anybody doubt, please post your question via in chat box, or you can unmute your mic, you can ask. Any questions? Right, then we move to the second question. This is similar to the same question, right? Similar to the question we have done earlier slide, similar to this one, but it is a little bit easy one, right? And you can do it by yourself, and you do all the things what I do, right? In Excel I did some, no? In Excel I did no. So likewise, you have to prepare this kind of schedule. That is for your understanding purpose. So the calculation of current tax and deferred tax for year 2011 and 2015. And also you pass the relevant journal entries for all the 6 years. It will help you to understand further, and you can understand how the deferred tax works and what are the logic behind on each calculation, right? I hope you can understand well. Now we will discuss the circumstances that give rise, increase to taxable temporary differences. Taxable temporary difference mean it will cause a deferred tax liability. Taxable temporary difference causes deferred tax liability. Transactions that affect the statement profit or loss, statement of profit or loss. So I don't want to explain much because I did a lot of sum, right? Lot of sums with you. So I think you can understand very easily. The following are the examples of circumstances that give rise to taxable temporary differences. They will all result in a higher tax charge in one or more future period. The keywords are here. They will result in higher taxes. It means at present we are paying lower tax, lower current tax when compare with accounting estimated tax. That's why we make some provisions, deferred tax liability. It means in the future we have to pay additional tax. Here in the previous example, in 2000 up to from 2003 to 2005, we make provisions, no, deferred tax liabilities, deferred tax liability, positive figure. But in 2006 and 2007, here negative value. It's mean we set off the deferred tax liability. Now here is a credit, it's a not credit, debit, no, debit. Earlier we put credit on deferred tax liability account, but in 2006 and 7 we record it in the debit side, and finally it's become zero. See, sum equal How much? 0. Right? The transactions that affect the statement of profit or loss. So, for example, interest revenue received in arrears, interest revenue received in arrears and included in accounting profit on the basis of time appropriation. It's mean accrual basis. But in terms of tax purposes, when we prepare accounts to calculate the taxable profit, we not included that amount because in tax provisions we include the amount once we received the revenue in cash. It is included in taxable profit, however, on cash basis. Whenever we receive on cash, then only we have to realize that as a revenue. And sale of goods revenue, the accounting provision says that once we deliver our inventories, our goods to our customers, then we realize profit. But on tax basis, on tax, we have to realize the sales when we receive the cash from our customers. So sale of goods revenue is included in accounting profit when the goods are delivered, but only included in taxable profit when the cash is received. Right. So if both accounting treatment and taxable tax treatment both are following the same method, cash basis or accrual basis, there is no difference will arise. There is no deferred tax. There is no space for that. Depreciation, we know that depreciation, accounting depreciation, tax depreciation. These two different, the two rates are different. Depreciation of an asset is accelerated. It's mean higher depreciation for tax purposes. When new assets are purchased, allowances may be available against taxable profit which exceed the amount of depreciation chargeable on the asset in the financial account for the year of purchase. Right. So in the early example, for first 3 years, the government has allowed us to deduct more depreciation. So therefore, we have to pay less tax in the early period. It's mean we have to pay more tax in future. The development cost, so which have been capitalized, in accounting. If we made a large cost, development cost, we amortize that cost for the period 5 years, 10 years, like that. But in tax, we have to recognize as expense at the time of we spend that money. Development costs which have been capitalized will be amortized in the statement of profit or loss, but they were deducted in full from the taxable profit in the period in which they were incurred. And prepaid expenses, the expenses is not relevant for a particular period, but anyhow we paid in advance. In accounting period, it will take for the next year, but in the tax accounts, we'll recognize as expense for the current year. Prepaid expense have already been deducted on cash basis in determining taxable profit of the current and previous periods. And the circumstances that give rise taxable temporary differences. Again, taxable temporary differences. Again, it leads to deferred tax liability. Transaction that affects the statement of financial position, balance sheet, right? First, accounting depreciation of an asset is not deductible for tax purposes, isn't it? Accounting rate of depreciation is not applicable for calculation of tax. Deduction for tax purposes will be allowed through tax depreciation. We already discussed a lot about what is tax base and carrying value, accounting depreciation and tax depreciation. A borrower records a loan when business organizations borrow a loan, there will be a transaction cost. So for example, an organization is going to get a loan for about 100,000, For that transaction cost incurred, for example, 5,000. So how much we will recognize as a loan, carrying value of the loan in accounting treatment? Definitely 95,000. 95,000. And this 5,000 will be amortized in the period of the loan usable period. It is decided by the management. The borrower records a loan at proceeds, the amount of loan received, amount due at maturity, less transaction cost, 100,000 minus 5,000. That 95,000 will be recorded as loan proceeds. The carrying amount of the loan is subsequently increased by amortization of the transaction cost against accounting profit. The transaction costs were, however, deducted for tax purposes in the period when the loan was first recognized. In the tax treatment is, say for example, this 5,000 will be deducted as expenses, transaction cost of the loan, immediately recognized as expenses. But in the accounting treatment, this 5,000, say for example, this loan can be utilized for 5 years. Then this 5,000 will be divided into 5 years. Therefore, every year the accounts will be deduct 1,000 each year up to 5 years. So due to these differences, the taxable temporary difference will arise. You can study this thing about in LKS borrowing cost, if my memory is correct, is 21, I think. Please check it, right? Circumstances that give rise to taxable temporary differences. Here, fair value adjustments and revaluations. You might study what is fair valuation, right? Say for example, we purchase investment stock securities. At the time of purchase, it may be 1,000, the value of the share. At now it may be 1,500, 2,000, 5,000, like that. This kind of revaluation fair value adjustment taken into account in accounting adjustment treatment. But the tax purposes, it can be this fair value profit or loss can be realized at the time of disposal of that securities. So for example, a company purchased a land. The cost of the land was 1 million at the time of purchase. So for example, you purchased that land 5 years ago, 1 million. Right now we are going. This is the time to revalue the asset. Now the value of that land is 5 million. 4 million has increased throughout the 5 years. So you can revalue the assets, the land value in your accounting statement, financial statements. But the tax authorities will not accept this kind of fair value adjustments in the accounts. So due to these differences, there will be chance to incur deferred tax liabilities. So current investment or financial instruments are carried at fair value. This exceeds the cost. Say you purchase for 1 million, but the current price is 5 million, like that. But no equivalent adjustment is made for tax purposes. Property, plant, and equipment can be revalued by an entity under LKS 16, but no equivalent adjustment is made for the tax purposes. So this also applies to the long-term investments like land and building and so on. As the tax base remains the original value, there will be a difference between the carrying amount and the tax base, leading to an increase in the deferred tax provisions. And in this case, the deferred tax provision recognizes that additional profit will be realized on use or eventual disposal of the asset, leading to a higher tax charge, right? At the time of disposal, right, there will be a huge profit will arise. At that time, we have to pay higher tax. So therefore, we have to make a provision that's called deferred tax to meet the higher tax expenses. Revalued assets. Under LKS 16, assets may be revalued. This changes the carrying amount. This changes the carrying amount of the asset, but the tax base of the asset is not adjusted. It's not adjusted. Consequently, the taxable flow of economic benefit to the entity as the carrying value of the asset is recovered will differ from the amount that will be deductible for tax purposes. So the difference between the carrying amount of the revalued asset and its tax base is temporary difference and gives rise to deferred tax liability for assets. Right. Now we move to deductible temporary differences. Deductible temporary differences leads to deferred tax assets. Deferred tax assets.